Hello, it is October 8th, 2016. It's a Saturday and a couple days before Columbus Day. And um, I hadn't done one of these videos in at least 20 minutes, so I figured it was long overdue. Um, I figured I'd go on a rant about the old days versus the new age here. So, being that it's October 8th, 2016, I thought I'd do a before and after, or the way it was and the way it is now, and hey, we'll see where this will take us. Well, of course, so we'll go back to say October 8th, 2008, 1986, say, all right? So we go back to the 80s. Um, I say like my neighborhood, hardly anybody. I assume nobody had computers. I'm pretty sure. I'm actually positive nobody had a computer. There was no internet. Cell phones did not exist. I think some of my friends might have had an Atari or ColecoVision or some of that stuff. So that stuff was first coming out, and I guess you could say around that time is when things probably did start to change because cable was first coming out, and um, again with the video games, and but what kind of spurred me on about doing a video on this was that. I was thinking, back in the day, how much trouble was going on around this neighborhood, and that there would be down the corner, there'd be like say 20 kids just up to no good, running around the schoolyard or drinking, doing drugs or whatever, and it was just nonstop, and broken glass all over the play on the playground, and now it's actually is a playground. Back in the day, it was just pavement and spray paint all over the school. I mean, it's just even though it was the same basic middle class neighborhood, it's just night and day now. And um, I guess change happened for the good, where kids now I think are much more into just hanging out on their own. There is so much diversions these days where you can just get lost. Even like myself, that I can just get lost on my phone or Facebook or on YouTube or on a million movie channels and cable channels that and everything. It's just you don't really need people anymore. When say back in 1986, if you were just didn't have anybody, it was like being in a prison. You were just stuck. You had the three channels on TV, unless you had one of those rabbit ear things, and you had seven or eight, and um, there was just no. You didn't have a cell phone, so you had no privacy. If you want to make a phone call, it was in front of everybody because most people only had one, or if you're lucky, had two phones. Maybe you get a little privacy. So your whole existence was, I gotta get out of the house. I gotta, get out, get away, get out of this prison. Now it's just like you don't need to interact with anybody. And prime example would be, um, when I take the bus and the train or whatever. Back in the day, if you didn't have a newspaper or whatever, you were kind of forced to interact with people around you, talk to them. Now everybody, it's like this reflex of going down with the head, and nobody communicates, and maybe that's a good thing too. Maybe that keeps people out of trouble in fighting because they have that diversion. People aren't, eyeballing each other to death, and I don't know, but um, is it good? Is it bad? You know, I think this whole Facebook thing, where all the thinking is done for you, nobody posts anything really of any substance of their own thinking. It's just everything, all the thinking is done for them, and you know, it's like I think I'll post something that is sort of like how I feel instead of just saying how they feel. And And that's becoming a lost art just in general, not just like the Facebook deal, but just in general, that people aren't doing the thinking for themselves. And probably one of the reasons that we're going down this Donald Trump trail is that anything that has a reality TV bent to it, is just like, oh, okay, that's great. He's gonna, saving money on my taxes or whatever. I tell you, man, I don't give a shit if he puts me in a 90%, not him, Hillary, 90% tax bracket or whatever. It winds up costing me thousands of dollars down the road. I mean, it's just a no-brainer, as bad as she is, that you would go down the Trump road, and to think that that he's got half of this world, half of America rather, thinking of voting for him is just insane to me. Just because they think he's going to change things. Yeah, he is going to change things. He's going to change things for the worse, much, 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 much worse than it is now. And yeah, God, damn, if he does save you a few dollars in your taxes, is that worth, um, all the shit he's going to stir up with the wall and all that crap. All right, that's not where I wanted to go with this on a political angle. But in conclusion, is the world better now than it was then? In some ways, I think. Yeah, I mean, I guess we'll live longer, and but we'll be able to spend all our quality years when we're 80 and 90 just having our heads buried in our phone instead of buried in a bowl of oatmeal or gruel. So I guess that's a good thing. All right. God, all right. I'm done, and thank God. Adios.